Yeah, can that do it?
Yeah, we're good.
Good.
Okay, I'll hang up. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Awesome.
yes, I can hear you.
Perfect. Well, today's going to be really easy because it's just hooking up a external CSS to your existing website. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I think I've already gone over.
Don't forget to set it up so I can record.
Okay.
Yep, it's recording now.
Last Saturday, I forgot to turn on the recorder. I guess I could have asked you to upload the one that I think you probably recorded it. So
Yes, I did.
okay, so CSS, and you've already been exposed to CSS and before in the other class. What's your current take on what it is and what it's designed for?
Well, the main purpose is it gives you another sheet where you can put information which is used in your HTML, but the information is taken out of that so it can be reused in more than one place if need be.
Yeah, with an external style sheet.
Right, and also by doing that, it helps to reduce the size of the entire website.
Yeah, and I work at a place where we do a website, and we have a team that does user interfaces, and then we have a team that does the back end. The back end is done with scripting, and it's the output of the scripting is HTML, and it's HTML, which then is tied to CSS. So the UI, the front end team deals with the CSS files, and the back end team deals with the scripting files that output HTML. So when the two go together, the HTML that's output is then combined with the CSS, and that ends up being the website and the output of the website. The website that we work on is called Unique Products. And so here you can't tell, but the I'm getting pinged here by one of my work associates. It might be a little bit of an emergency situation, so I'm going to pause the recording and just let them know that I'm well, let's see. Let's see. Poor guy. Anyway, so I should have logged out. Anyways, here's our website, and if you do a view source of the code, you will see
hello everybody and welcome to Unique. And now
that's the founder.
Yeah.
So I just did a juice course, and you can see there's HTML up in here,
Right.
HTML and so on, and then style, and all this is how far does the CSS go? I'm trying to see where the CSS ends, and there's some that it's all pushed together. See it all the way down to here. There's JavaScript here. Script. That's all JavaScript. That's the front end, and so all this is really hard to read because it's mushed together. We actually compress our files so that all the white space is removed. But I see mostly JavaScript in here. Let's see. No, style. Sorry, there is a style. I just need to find the in style tag somewhere. Because there's script right there. Oh, it's right in the same line. There's a style, and that's HTML width. It's really not a whole lot of CSS, but that is CSS right in there.
Right.
And this here begins the JavaScript. That's also front end. And the web developers where I work they use JavaScript, but they actually use lots of JavaScript that's been generated by people who create libraries, and so they just use. There's the end of it right there.
Yeah, that way they can just plug it in.
Yeah. So all that is JavaScript right to there. And then there's the body tag right there. And that goes down to the bottom. It's just so amazing. There's so much stuff here. See, because I even see the script. It ends in script. Normally it would end in a closed body tag and then a closed HTML tag. But it's not. It actually has more script down in there. There's the script right there. So all these things that's actually driven by a script-driven website,
right,
that will output that HTML and then combine it with the CSS. So the combination of the HTML and the CSS ends up rendering the front. And I don't know if you recall, I just want to make sure we don't forget about this place. It's called another website called CSS Zen Garden. Does this ring a bell for you?
Yes, definitely.
All right, good. This is where
About 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Okay. Good. This is where the point is proven that UI people can create whatever designs they want regardless of the HTML underneath. So
Mm-hmm.
a combination of pictures and then the control that you have in CSS. So that's the real reason behind CSS. In fact, if you go to W3 Schools, have you ever heard of this website?
Yes.
It's a great website.
Yeah, you told me about that, and I've gone in there a couple of times myself looking at it.
Yeah. And you probably know this, CSS3 and HTML5 combined, along with JavaScript, three of them
Mm-hmm.
are all designed to provide the robustness of a framework to do things that normally have only been done with Adobe Flash. And I think you probably understand that principle too.
Yeah.
So in the same way that we can take advantage of templates, templates are helpful, the DWT files, the Dreamweaver templates, as well as any HTML template that we download.
Right.
Those are really helpful to generate and to standardize on the HTML structure underneath.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the CSS, on the other hand, is for the front end. And so it would be normal to have a template that is linked to an external CSS file. Hence, every file that comes, every HTML file that we create from that template will then adopt or inherit the same linkage to the external CSS. So we're getting the best of both worlds if we have a Dreamweaver template driving the HTML and keeping that all consistent across our website, and then the external CSS file that will keep the CSS consistent across all our website. So we change our DWT or Dreamweaver file and then update all our HTML files that are dependent or that came from that. Or if we want to change the CSS, we change that one external CSS file, and because all the files are dependent upon it inherits that. So I think you get all that. It seems like you really grasp that from our previous class and from this class too.
Well, that makes sense to me. That way you're not duplicating. You're simply taking and reusing the same thing. That's what a template is.
Exactly. Now let's look at some of these sample images, because what it is this is a snapshot of being let me see here. I think so. Here you can see the link to the external style sheet.
Mm-hmm.
And when there's an external style sheet that's linked to, then it puts it right there. So you can go into that file in your editor. And then the other one here, you can see that they've clicked now on that CSS, and now this code is CSS. Click on the source code, it's HTML, click on this, and it's CSS. So what I'd like to do is show you in Dreamweaver how that all works. So here we've got a template.
Mm-hmm.
rather than creating an HTML, I think I might try to just open up the template. So right here, we have a built-in CSS. This came from one of the Dreamweaver layouts that you can create. So
Right.
we have a built-in CSS right in here. It's actually in our embedded. This is an embedded style sheet. And what we can do is we can pull it out and select all this to there. I'm going to do a Command X to cut it. And it's in my paste buffer. And what I want to do is create an external style sheet that this will, that I can then take what I've cut and put in it. Let's see. I thought I insert. Oh man. I want to just insert that. There's a couple ways to do it, and I want to do it through the command line rather than just manually. I mean, I want to do it through the UI rather than manually. Let's see, I want to. Use external editor. Attach style sheet. This is assuming it's already. See, there's a couple things we can do. We can either create it, save it, and then attach it. See, I don't want to just start doing enter CSS. What I want to do is, and there's attaching the style sheet. Build definition. Find. All right. Well, let me change file new link page CSS. This is another way to do this. Create and then paste. Go ahead in the paste buffer. File. Save as. Week 2. It's just week 2. So week 2. I'm going to go ahead and save this in week 2, and then I'm going to start over and do another one.
Okay.
And we'll just call it styles. And we'll leave it right in there. Okay, so right now the template is not connected to it. We can remove all this out. Now let's see. I just did a save, so it's going to go through and save everything, update everything. So let's do right click. Attach style sheet. Browse. There it is. Click open. Link to it. Don't import it. Import it would embed it with all the code. I just want to link to it. And there it is right there. So, and then there it shows up right there. So that, what used to be inside here, I cut and I created a new file, did file new, pasted, and then I attached the two. And so now this is the CSS file, and then this is the HTML, and they're linked to each other right here because it's a link tag. All right, I'm going to do that all over again. This time I'm going to, I think what I'll do, file, close all, don't save. This time I'm going to go into the site, manage sites. New site, let's see. Yes, everyone. Excuse me. Pardon me.
Okay.
6, 4. Week 4. Done. See file. New. Create a template. 3-column fixed header and footer, maybe. Now right here, if we already had a CSS file, we could actually attach it right this second, but we don't. So layout CSS, we can either create a new file, link to an existing file. Let's see, create a new file. Let's try that. Create. Haha, look at that. Cool. See, it's going to create it right up front for us.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Bam. There it is.
Yep.
And it's going to have the link to it right there. So I like it. Now you've already got yours created. I'm going to do that one more time because I liked it. That went so well. Let's see. Let me. Move. Let's leave it there. I'll overwrite it maybe. File new. Template. Create a new file right there. Link to an existing file. Add to the head. This would be embedded. This would be to generate the new file like we did the previous time. This would be, we could actually choose this, link to an existing, and we'll go ahead and select that one that we created just the last time we did this. And we can go bam. So now you're getting all different ways of doing it.
Uh-huh.
Oh, this is funny. I remember getting caught in that same thing last time. Forget that. I'm going to blow it away. Yeah, there it is. Okay. And then we do file, save as, so I want to do file, save as template actually. File, save as template. Doesn't have any other regions, I know. My template. So I got a template that does the HTML for me, and then I got the CSS that does the CSS. Now, the assignment is, that's pretty much it actually. Create an external CSS file and link to it from your HTML website pages. That was pretty much it. Now, if you want to do yours, let's go ahead and do yours. I'll stop sharing my screen.
Well, I haven't done any work on mine.
All right. Now we could take week 3,
But
and
that was going to do, but I haven't. I got tied up the last couple of days, so I haven't had a chance to work on it.
oh, okay.
Except for where we were at, I can bring that up though.
Yeah, that's good enough for me.
Okay.
So I'll go ahead and I'll stop sharing.
I get in there and get to it. Here we go. No. Let's see. Have it up in a minute. Did you see it?
Let's see here. Yes. Perfect. All right, now let's see if you could bring up your template. Let's see, in fact, yeah, let's bring up your template.
Okay.
So the way you can do that, lower right, you can scroll down in that file area. Opening that up, the templates thing. Scroll down a little bit more, double click on that thing. There you go. Okay, yep. Now looks like the CSS, there isn't any CSS. Well, that's okay. Let's see, begin editable name equals head, table end editable. All right, right at the end of line 7, I click and then hit enter. Get editable. See, this is where I think it's going to end up going. This is where you can do the link to the external CSS. Now, your website's pretty much made up of just graphics.
Yeah, that's all it is, all graphics.
Yeah. And the CSS, that you can have background graphics in CSS. You can also have text. And so, let's see. Wonder if let's see. Attach an external CSS. We don't yet have the CSS. Let's do this. Click File and then New. And choose, click on the upper left, click Blank Page. Right there. And then go down to where it says CSS. Right. And then click Create. Lower right. And then do File, Save As. And then you can type in My Styles or whatever.
Okay.
Sometimes it's good to keep it at as one word or putting underscores between instead of spaces in the name. Yeah. Go ahead and click Save. And you see it appear in the lower left? Sorry, lower right. Do you see the CSS file? Right?
Yeah, right.
Okay. Now, over to the far right, where it says Summary, do a right click in there.
There.
Yeah, there, and then Attach Style Sheet. And then click Browse. And let's see. I think we're currently on week 3. Go ahead and do website. We can duplicate this here in a second. Website, and then click your style sheet. Lower right. Right there. Click Open. Lower right. And then click OK. Oh, wait a second. It says import there. I don't know if I don't want it to import. I want it to, let's see. It's kind of cool. It says Dreamweaver has sample style sheets to get you started. That's nice. I'm surprised it's not saying link. I have an idea. Click Cancel.
Okay.
And then on the over the left, upper left, can you click on template.dwt? And now do that again. Over the far right, do a right click and do external style. No. Yeah. All right. And then attach style sheet. Browse to it. See, this time it's going to let us link. And the reason is because right now our context is an HTML Dreamweaver template, whereas before our context was the CSS. And it wasn't going to let us link from a CSS to a CSS. So go ahead and click Browse button, or you can click the drop down. There's a chance that this drop down will be there. Go ahead and mystyles.css. Click Open. And then click OK. And then do File Save. And it'll ask you to update everything. Yeah, click Update. And then close. Currently, only that one is the only one that's currently tied to.
Moment.
Yeah. So now we can call it a night, and then I can let you do some of the continuation of where we left off on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
How's that sound?
Sounds fine. I think I can get this.
Awesome.
Did you want me to send you the copy of that file of last Saturday's session?
Oh no, I'm good. I think
Okay.
I did share the other one. Let's see. I shared the other one in our website. It's probably a pretty big file. That's my concern. I don't know how you'd share it.
I'm not sure how to send it to you anyway.
Yeah, it's pretty significant, big. So let's just go with what we got. I think that what I shared did go over templates from our APP 242 class, but I think she'll be fine.
Good.
All right, so go ahead and do some work on it. Let's touch base in a couple of days and see how you're doing.
Okay.
And then what my goal would be to see if you can extend your template so that it links to. You remember we renamed to the number 2 all the
Right.
old ones, and you were going to cut out or copy out and then do file new from template. Do you remember how to do all that? Do we need to go over it?
I've still got the everything we went over on Saturday.
The recording.
I'm going to go through that to make sure I get it right.
Okay, good. All right, so my goal would be to get to the point where we can actually put some stuff in the CSS that we're using, because right now it's kind of like an empty file, the CSS.
Right.
And so with our website currently being all graphic, all images, just cut up, we're not taking full advantage of CSS styling and stuff. Let's see. We could make the images background images in the styling. Let's see. Let's see. I don't know. I'll give it some thought. We could, let's see, we could make our buttons text based, or could make the background I don't know. I'm going to give it some thought because the way from week 3, what right now we just have a bunch of images. It's like a puzzle of images.
Yeah.
And it'd be good if we were able to reduce the size of our website even further by using CSS with background colors or fonts and so on, and then we wouldn't have all the other built in there. Let's see. I think that's one idea, and that is to go ahead and redo the web page so that that the links work in your template. And then one thing we could possibly consider doing is removing or replacing the graphics of your buttons with text and CSS and then a black background in that area. So that's some thought to give. Let's touch base within a couple days or a day, whenever you are ready to face that, and then we'll
I'll be ready in a couple of days.
Okay.
I'll make sure I'm ready.
All right.
I think part of the problem was that the fact that I had created all that in Photoshop, and that's why it came out as images.
Exactly, and it's just the workflow. which is understandable. Some people do it that way, and it can be done that way. And my goal is to just take it one step further, so that
Right.
we're familiar with the CSS and how that can work with us, work with our HTML.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we'll talk to you in a couple days. I'll watch for an email from you.
Well, just give me a call in a couple of days. Let me know what time you want to do it.
Okay.
In the meantime, I'll get everything ready here.
All right, that works.
Okay. You
Okay.
have a good evening now.
Thanks, you too. Take care.
You too. Bye now.